Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and we try all various different kinds of software to improve our game, to play with GTO trainers, and lately we've been using the GTO Wizard, and today we're gonna play another session of that. I think last time we did some drills. I think the MTT ones. Yeah, blind versus BB defense we played, and quite terribly, or I think, yeah, this means the GTO score 56% means we didn't do well, so let's focus on that and let's play some slots, some spots here. Okay, 10-6 suited to an open from cutoff. I think this is a call. It is, and we check on 8-4-4 with a diamond. Do we call one bet with a diamond? Do we fold this? Maybe do we raise on such a uneventful board? I think mostly we're folding. Nope, we're not folding. We shouldn't be folding. We should be calling 23%. Min raising, or yeah, 3xing it 23%, and then another half, another 53% of the time we should be raising 5x. Okay, that's quite aggressive, I'd say, on a 23 big blind stack, but yeah, on such a board, I mean, the cutoff misses more than we miss. We have all the fours, we have a lot of eights, so makes sense. Queen 10 off on the big blind to a hijack raise. We're calling 92% of the time. We're checking on this board and we're folding. Okay, that's straightforward. King deuce suited is a call versus cutoff. I'm gonna check. Cutoff checks behind. Now I think we should bet it. The question is how much, and let's see here. You can sometimes check, but probably not that often. The question is, what's the best bet here? I'm gonna go with half pot. Cutoff calls. King on the river. Do we ever check it here? I don't think so. We have to bet, but how much? I think close to full pot. Nope, it's an inaccuracy, but let's see on the turn. Okay, so we should check with a quite high frequency, 40%, and then the solver is using mostly a third pot, 2/3, or 80%. And the EV is quite similar. I think half pot or a little over half pot is fine here. So that's that. And on the river, the solver really likes betting 1, so 8% of the pot, which is pretty weird. Well, I don't have the sizing at all, so maybe I should have it, or maybe I should put it somewhere here in the settings to not use the sizing, if we can. Solutions. But okay, yeah, makes sense, I guess. As we see, the EV is quite similar for all these actions, but it's the biggest for betting a third pot or this 10% bet. It's pretty similar. Let's move on to the next one. 10 deuce off is a fold. Ace jack versus the button on 60 big blinds is a 3-bet. You get called. Jack 9-3, all spades fall on the flop, and we're gonna bet a quarter here. Solver doesn't do this often. He chooses a different sizing. We go called, tray on the turn. I think we're gonna ship it here on such a stack size depth. Or go for 2/3. Yeah, let's go for 2/3. We get called and we ship it on the river. And we get called by ace-9 with the ace of spades. Let's see on the flop. So solver is checking here 59% of the time. It's betting 10%, 22% of the time. And then it's betting half pot 15%, and the rest is very small frequency. Our bet, so quarter, the solver is doing 3.4% of the time, but we see the EV between all these options is pretty similar. So there's that. Let's go to the turn. On the turn we bet 2/3, and again solver's not doing that. Is doing pretty much a third of the time check, half pot and all in, and I guess it makes sense. I was thinking actually about the all in play, and it seems like yeah, it's fine to choose between checking, betting half pot, or shoving here with this particular hand. And on the river, I guess, yeah, it's, well, it is doing some checking here 15% of the time, but let's move on. King 8 off, the button limps. Start a hand we raise. We could raise it, but I'm just gonna check it, and the solver is checking 100%. Gonna check on the flop. We're gonna fold to a bet on ace queen jack, and that's fine. 7 deuce versus a limp is a check. 9-4 deuce, we're gonna check, call it or fold it. Get bottom pair. I think it's a fold. Okay, it's not a fold. Should be a call 98% of the time on a 13 big blind stack. Not so sure about that, but this is what the solver says. Yeah, I'm kinda suspicious when somebody limps in on a 13 big blind stack. But okay. 4-3 off, we're gonna check it. 3-3 deuce, fall on the flop, we're gonna check. And we're gonna call the bet. Solver's doing a lot of raising, it seems. We're gonna check here or bet. I think this is a good spot to bet for some reason, but I'm gonna check, yeah. And here, are we calling this or are we shoving all in? I think we should be shoving here, mostly 82% of the time. We get called by the not flush draw, but let's see on the flop. Yeah, on the flop, the solver likes raising, yeah, and I think I'm doing way too much slow playing with these types of hands, and I need to increase my frequency of of fast playing them, so this is something we will work on, I think. And as you can see, the solver's raising 70% of the time and calling 30%. Okay, good. 4-3 off versus under the gun +1 open. I think it's a call. It's not. It should be a fold. But we're gonna check folded now. Yeah, the solver's folding 100%, even though it's not a lot to add, and you can always hit some nice flop, but okay. 6 deuce is an obvious fold here. Ace-5 suited versus hijack open on 80 BBs is mostly a call, but sometimes a raise, and I'm gonna do that. Well, looks like it's 50-50. And on this king 5-4 flop, we're gonna bet a quarter, but I kind of feel like the solver likes doing 10% here. We get called. 4 of spades on the turn. Should we continue betting here or go for a check? I think our hand is good to check, and solver checks 80% of the time, and on this river I think we're check calling most bets. We lose to pocket nines. And let's see on the flop. Yeah, on the flop with our hand, the solver's doing 20% of betting a quarter like we did. It's doing 54% of betting half pot, and then 2/3, another 20% or so. So that's all fine. And then on the other streets, I think we played it normally, so nothing to add here. Ace-5 off on the big blind versus an all-in is a fold. 10-6 is a fold. Queen-3 suited on 25 BBs is a call. Get a nice flop. A6-4, we're gonna check. I under the gun bets, and I think we're gonna call this with a big frequency, yeah, 45%. King of spades on the turn. Should we sometimes lead here? I think we should. Maybe this is a hand to do this with. Let's try it. Yeah, it is exactly the hand to do this with. And then 6 on the river, I think, is a clear shot for us, and we get called, which is nice. On the flop, let's see. Yeah, so we should do pretty much 50-50 between calling or raising. So let's play another hand so that we have 15. And we're gonna fold this one, so not a lot more added. But let's stop the session. Yeah, the GTO score improved, but it's still mediocre for this session. Or for the whole spot, I'm not sure. I think it's for the whole spot because, yeah, these numbers are more than we've played. But I think we're gonna continue playing this spot, this drill, because it's nice. I like it. I think I definitely could improve my game from the big blind. So let's work on that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, consider subscribing to the channel or leaving a comment below this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.